Hi, my name is Jackie Lee Price and welcome to Shadowboxruk. So then you came up against Christina Hammer to unify the division, and you know, you look super confident, comfortable. I'll be honest with you, she didn't look as tough as Gabriel.
Nah, she wasn't. She wasn't, no.
I mean, I think you said it in one of the interviews that you thought that she was like one-dimensional. I mean, all she seemed to be working on was, you know, the jab, straight shots, and then you took that jab away, didn't you?
Yeah, I took the jab away with my head movement with the feints. I threw some hard body shots in there whenever she missed. I hit her to the head hard. I let her know, like, I can do what I want to do in here. I can drop my hands and still land on you. You can have the best jab in the world, but I got the best head movement in the world, so it's not going to happen. I threw my combinations on her. I landed. I really just broke Christina Hammer down mentally and physically every round, and I really think she's going to retire because she hasn't fought since me and her fought, and not because she doesn't want to, but not because she can't get a fight, but because she doesn't want to. I've had a dislocated knee. I've had a fight rescheduled, but she just kind of don't know how to take the loss and kind of being real sour about it, firing everybody on her team, and it's like, look. You win some, you lose some, but we live to fight another day. Like, don't take it so personal. But
what I wanted to ask you is about, you know, there was quite a lot of criticism about your behaviour before the fight towards Hammer. I mean, do you think that there are double standards when with regard to how men behave in boxing and versus how women behave?
They're just not used to it, but it is what it is. It was real beef, you know. She didn't like me. I didn't like her at the time, and I was going to say and do whatever I wanted to do. So if she's going to talk trash to me and call me fat and say that, you know, I'm fat and that I can't make weight, I'm going to talk about her long ass nose and her little ass booty. So I can do and say what I want, but mostly I try to keep it about boxing, like, oh, you know, you're not that fast and your jab is not that. Like, I tried to keep it about boxing, but she was the one taking it personal. So if anybody gets personal with me, I get personal back. Like, that's just what it is. But I didn't try to shoot too low. But trash talking is part of the game, and I wanted her to know, like, when we get in the ring, all this talking is going to go to a cease. So say what you want to say now, because when we get in the ring, I'm not saying nothing. Only thing I'm doing is letting my hands do the talking, and that's what I did.
Since boxing, I've won 3 NABC titles, that's 3 national championships. I've won the novice national champions. I've won GB gold, GB silver, whole box cup gold, loads of box cups gold. Yeah, I'm doing all right.
Me venían nombrando hace más o menos un año y pico desde que vine acá a Inglaterra, que peleé con Taylor. Así que nada, creo que es una buena rival. Estoy en el momento de mi carrera que quiero pelear con las mejores, y bueno, ella es una boxeadora muy buena de acá de Inglaterra, pero después con el tema de eliminatoria por el título creo que es más importante por el tema de que puedo llegar a tener una revancha con McCaskill, y bueno, es lo que estoy esperando.
CHANTELLECAMERON is a very good fighter. When I was here more than a year ago fighting Katy Taylor, everybody was talking about CHANTELLECAMERON. I know her. I know that she's a very talented boxer. But the thing is that since we are fighting for the WBC eliminator, the winner goes against Jessica McCaskill. She lost against Jessica McCaskill in her last fight by unification, so she wants a revenge against her.
All of a sudden she came back. Were you quite surprised at how durable she was?
The massive respect to Sanchez, because she was so durable. Like, she was taking big shots, but she's a 2-time world champion, and she showed why she was a world champion. And to be fair, she probably will be a world champion again. It was a great fight, and like I said, there's so much respect for her. She took some big shots, and she was catching me as well, but longer rounds would have got her out there.
The thing is, on the male side, people talk about giving the fight fans what they want. People want to see you with Katy Taylor, they really do. And so, you know, for me, I'm kind of like, where do you go from here? I suppose what I'm asking for, if you don't get that fight, where do you go from here?
for me, that's my dream fight. I want to fight Katie Taylor because she's a legend and I have so much respect for her. I'm a fan of Katie, like I am a fan of Katie. She's an amazing athlete, an amazing boxer, but I just think I beat her. After watching her against Delphine, I feel like my style is what beats Katie Taylor.
Hi and welcome to Nina Hughes, a veteran of the game. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Congratulations on the win. Let's talk about how many championships you've now won.
I've won 4 ABA titles and I don't know how many box cups, a number of box cups.
So you must have seen a massive difference though, even just in having that break and having the kids and coming back, the development of particularly the female side of things.
Yeah, I mean the standards increased so much, the amount of girls boxing now, the participation has increased loads, so it's good that all the events, there's a lot more competition at each weight, so it's much better.
You found your distance really well. I mean, and realistically dominated the fight after that. I mean, you were a bit aggressive, aren't you?
Yeah, that's my style. I'm very aggressive. I'll come for a little tear up. I try and use my boxing brain, but sometimes if anything fails, I'll use my engine. But I think, it takes me a while to judge my range and that, but as soon as I get it, I try and use it to the most that I can use it.
I mean, most definitely.
Yeah.
Really a massive, massive achievement because obviously there were things that we know that you were going through at the time, going through those Europeans. Can you tell the viewers a little bit about that?
Yeah, so during the prep camps for the Europeans, every time I threw a punch, I was getting a sharp pain in my hand. So at the start, I didn't think it was anything of it. I just thought it was a little niggle and it would go away. So I carried on through. And then in the training camp, I couldn't open bottles or every time I threw a punch. And it got to a point where I couldn't train at all. Yeah. So after getting it seen, like Mick Driscoll sent me off to GB to get it checked out. And it turned out I had a grade 2 tear in my tendon. And so I had 2 weeks off before going to the Europeans. I couldn't throw a punch at all.
Oh, wow.
And then during the Europeans, warming up, I wasn't allowed to hit the pad. I couldn't make a fist. The only time I made a fist was walking to the ring. And then during the fights, it kept going. I spent more of the tournament in the ice bucket and crying than I did actually in the ring. So to get through it, it was incredible. It was the biggest achievement probably.
If you like this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber of Shadowboxruk UK, we'd love to see you. So please go ahead and subscribe now.